Oh man, I am so. Look how lean I am. Look how lean I am. So lean. So lean. And to think that using anabolics, I'm 10 kilos heavier than I would be otherwise. Alright, so that's why when people say sugar makes you fat, I'm just like, wow. I just don't know where to start. Oh, but you ride a bike. Most cyclists are fat. All right, you go out. You go out in the recreational cycling world. Most cyclists are overweight. Doesn't make them bad people. I'm just saying, people go, Bob, you exercise. If exercise was enough to get lean, then why do people diet so hard? Why do so many cyclists? Why do most cyclists starve themselves? Run on coffee. They go from cafe shop to cafe shop. Little piece of cake. Oh, I've got to burn it off. You know what I mean? Most cyclists are overweight. You can't out-train a fatty diet. Hi, Durianrider. My fiance has some questions about sugar. Now, I might get a little bit blunt in this video, so don't take it personally, anybody. This is just me being Durianrider. My fiance's doctor has told him he should, if he stops drinking soda, he will lose belly fat and avoid a fatty liver. Is this true? If that's false, your fiance, I'm assuming he's older than 18. Let's say he's 30 or 40. He's been doing sodas, high fructose soda, high sugar items for the last decade or 4 decades. He doesn't have fatty liver yet. And if he does, it would be from the fat he eats, or the cirrhosis of liver from excess alcohol consumption. Fatty liver. It's not called sugary liver. It's called fatty liver. Right? Non-alcoholic fatty liver. It's from the excess fat the liver has had to process. That's why I don't have fatty liver, because I keep my fat intake relatively low, under 50 grams a day, often under 20 grams a day, year round. And when I increase my fat intake, my body fat increases, which is fine for someone who's so lean as me. It's fine. So the doctor is wrong. He won't lose belly fat. He'll replace those sugar calories with more steak, more meat, and that's why he has the belly, because he eats not excess calories, excess fats. All right. When you eat excess fat, when you eat a gram of fat over what you need for the day, you store it as body fat. You store it as fat. When you eat excess sugar, you can't, because you're like, oh, you gag. There's an off switch when it comes to fructose, sucrose. You have the ice cream. I'm assuming it's going to be low fat. You have it, and then the last spoon, you're like, oh, gagging, can't do no more. You put it back in the freezer. All right, now what happens if you're eating high fat ice cream? Now you've had 100, 200 grams of fat. Depends how fatty the ice cream is. You've only had like 100 grams of sugar or so, as an example there. So yeah, that's the fat tax. So you're eating all this sugar, which you need for your brain cells, your 30 trillion cells in your body, all run on sugar, but then you're having all this fat with this sugar. So that's really high, what I call metabolic tax. To get you 500 to 800 grams of sugar a day, you need to function as an adult. Now you're getting 100, 200, 400 grams of fat a day, and you're gaining a kilo of fat a week almost. And no wonder we have an obesity epidemic in the countries with high fat intake. India, ghee. They love ghee. What is ghee? Ghee is 100% fat. So it's like, oh, ghee, more ghee, Because if you're in India and you're skinny, it means you're a poor person. The Dalit caste system, etc. That's why if you want a really attractive Indian wife, you go straight to the slums where they can only afford dal, which is rice, sugar, the dal mix, rice and dal and sweet drinks. And the women are like really amazing shape. And then if you want, let's say you want an obese Indian wife, nothing wrong with that, more cushion for the pushing, you'll go to Bombay, or you go to where they have more meat, more fat, more ghee, more butter, more oil, and they just, and the fat you eat, the fat you wear. So this doctor doesn't have a clue. I bet the doctor's probably got a gut, which is fine. I'm not making fun of anyone. Just this discussion is about fat. All right? It's about fat. So the fat you eat is the fat you wear, and the fat you don't eat is the fat you don't wear. So the fiance's, his parents and 4 brothers have been drinking soda all day long, and have for years and years, and they're all overweight. Is it the soda causing this? I wonder. I drink a lot of soda, a lot of sugar. I guarantee on my life I have more sugar than them per week, per year. Guarantee it on my life. Because these people aren't doing activity, so their calorie intake is going to be very low compared to me, who's working and actually not lazy, getting stuff done mentally, physically. So my hunger drive will be higher than them. They'll tap out, but they eat more fat than me. Right? That's why if you lower their fat intake to 20 grams a day, they would become as lean as me in due time. The obese people get so lean on my program. They lean out so quick. Unless I've been doing water fasting and yo-yo dieting for the last 10 years. But generally, they lose fat really quick. Because if you're not eating the fat, your body can finally burn the fat. Again, this is so simple. People are shocked at the solution. But the fat's coming from the sugar. It's not coming from the fat. No, fat comes from fat. I don't know about that. Fat comes from sugar. Sugar is fat. How many grams of sugar how many grams of fat in 100 grams of sugar? 0. How many grams of fat in 100 grams of fat? 100. But surely it's the sugar making people fat and not the fat. Surely if you rub dog shit into the carpet, the smell comes from the nylon, not the dog shit. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes we have to get a little bit of a crazy example there. Surely if you throw the brick through the window and it breaks, it wasn't the brick that broke the window. Surely it was the wind. It was the way you looked at the window. That's what broke the window. It wasn't the brick. It's not the fat making you fat. It's the sugar, guys and girls. Oh my God. I'm not being rude here. I just can't comprehend how people don't get this such simple thing. It's not calories in, calories out. Because if you eat 3,000 calories a day from fat, then you're going to be insulin resistant. No doubt about it. And if you eat 3,000 calories a day from white rice, sweet fruit and sugar, you won't be insulin resistant. And so if you're insulin resistant, which is causing too much fat, then you store a lot more calories as fat. Okay, so calories in, calories out is BS. If that was true, all these cyclists would be super lean instead of having eating disorders. All right, so again, people say, "Oh, you're crazy." Okay, cool. Call me whatever. Is this logical? Yes. All right, it's logical. Well, I need a source for this. 6 billion people on the planet are lean in carbohydrates 3 times a day, and they don't have a Fitness First or Gold's Gym membership, and they're not riding bikes. They drive motorbikes, most of them. If someone has diabetes already, will eating lots of fruit, sugar, and potatoes and soda send them to the hospital, or does diabetes have to heal first? Diabetes, type 2 diabetes, is insulin resistance. And the guy who created the term insulin resistance, Hemsworth, discovered that it's fat that causes insulin resistance. And you can only put type 2 diabetes into someone if they're eating a high-fat diet. If you take away the fat from the diet, keep under 20 grams a day, all of a sudden, like magic, the type 2 diabetes goes away. Oh, but fat intake is the primary cause of type 2 diabetes. That's it. So you take away the dietary fat, whoosh, all of a sudden the insulin receptor site is not coated by fat. The insulin can grab the sugar, put it in the cell, you're good to go. That's why 100% of keto, low-carb people who do a high-fat diet, are glucose intolerant. Yes, I mean, so you go and do your keto diet, your blood sugar drops down. See, it was the sugar. But give them some sugar again, and the diabetes comes back. Wow. I wonder why. Conversely, if you take away the fat from the diet, the fasting insulin goes down, the insulin resistance goes down, and they're good to go. And the type 2 diabetes is gone. And they feel good because they don't have to starve themselves from carbs and actually are productive members in society versus binging out on Krispy Kremes and then blaming the sugar again. Just not getting it. But here's the bottom line. People don't want to change their diet. They want to keep eating their Krispy Kremes and bacon and fried stuff, and they want to keep blaming sugar while they're just like doing the homocysteine. It's not the fat, healthy fat. So these people out there, they're not dumb, they're not basic, they don't want to change, all right? They don't want to change. And we've got to have empathy and compassion. These people don't want to change. They would rather take their diabetes medication, lose a leg, whatever, gangrene, whatever, than change their diet. Understand this, people. People would rather die or live a real poor quality life than change their diet and give up their fat. It's like a social thing. They don't want to be called a vegan or they go with what people are doing elsewise. Fatty diets. That's what everyone's going for these days, and that's why they're obese. So the fat sheets, the fat you wear, the fat you eat is the fat that coats your insulin receptor sites and causes insulin resistance, aka type 2 diabetes. Same with type 1 diabetes. You decrease the fat intake, you need less insulin, you go from there. That's why I love working with type 1 diabetics and type 2 diabetics, because 100% of the time, if they stick at it, they get the crazy results. And they're like, wow, my doctor didn't tell me this. And I'm like, yeah, because most people who see a doctor just want a pill and a product. They don't want to change their diet or lifestyle. So doctors are like, okay, why would I waste my time talking to this patient when he or she's going to say, I can see more patients, make more money. Doctors are doctors because they make a lot of money, all right? Doctors are doctors 99.9% of the time because they make a lot of money, all right? The mullah, they don't care about patient health. If they did, they'd sit down and say, hey, look, fatty, this is what's going on. Put down that fat, pick up those carbs, eat like an Asian, living in Canterbury, Thailand. The fat needs to fat. Doctors don't want to tell you that. Right? They're going to say, yes, we'll put down the soda, pick up that KFC bucket. The KFC bucket's full of healthy fats. As long as you have a diet soda, you're good to go. Wow, you had 300 grams of fat today? That's fantastic. That's healthy fats. The brain's made of fat. The more fat you eat, the bigger your brain gets and the smarter you are. Yeah. Next patient, please. Thanks a lot. Oh, you need more insulin? Here you go. Have a nice day. Bye-bye. That's how it works. Big Pharma, loving it. Sugar industry. Sugar's cheap, $1 a kilo, Sugar industry is peasants. All right, so that's the deal there. Fat you eat is the fat you wear. People don't want to change their diet. Accept that. Move on. Otherwise, what's a really good analogy we can finish this video with? It's like a person, all right, in a dark room, and they just want to complain. They like the dark room because they don't get to see themselves in the mirror or whatever. There's many reasons. And they're like, oh, this room's so dark. I don't like the dark room. You're like, hey, I can give you a candle. Here's a light switch. Flick. No. Oh, no, whoa. No, I don't know about that. Do you have a source? Do you have a random controlled meta-analysis that proves if I flick the light switch, the room lights up? Well, I can just do it. No. My doctor said the light switch don't work. No. They don't want. They love the dark room, all right? They love the dark room. They're like mushrooms. They want to be fed full of shit and kept in the dark. Just accept it, people, all right? Most people don't want to change their diet. You waste a lot of time trying to help people who don't want to be helped, all right? And you waste even more time trying to convince someone whose income depends on them not being convinced, okay? Simple as that.